been waiting for. Please welcome the Pelbros Podcast.
Yeah. Everyone stand up. Yo. What's up? Hype City, baby. The Pelbros checking into the his house. It's your boy, as always, Riley W, featuring my main man.
Yo. James here as well. Episode 39 of the Pelbros Podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to two of the most, I guess, biggest tough guys on the radio. Just so you guys know, that's a quick plug to our YouTube channel, Pelbros Podcast on YouTube. Basically, just dropped the episode, like not an episode, but a short, 2-minute roast of this guy. Basically, he's our first ever hater called Aaron Sullivan. You watched that too, right? You were able to read that too, James, right?
Yeah, mate. Don't forget that we're not just tough guys, we're pussies.
Yeah, true. We're pathetic.
Yeah.
But he mentioned radio. We're tough guys on the radio, so that's a bit of like a freaking upgrade, right? A huge upgrade from what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, it must be. I must have a very high regard for us if he thinks that.
Yeah,
that we made it to the radio space, eh?
Yeah, and that's the thing with Aaron Sullivan. You know, if anything, bro, he's given me inspiration. I told you, right? Like, here I am thinking small picture, it within the box, like, hey bro, let's just be like on the YouTube channel, get some views, chill, whatever, right? But this guy's telling me like radio, right? Like without like me and you, like, obviously he's telling us he's talking shit, but he mentioned that we're radio, right? And I'm like, shit, bro. I gotta step on my podcast studio game, right? So we've got a few kind of things that you guys will hear throughout the episodes. The first of which is just a basic quick little shout out to Aaron Sullivan. Hey buddy, could you just come over here for a sec? No, I just dropped something. And then basically, let's say, for example, Ben Simmons is mentioned. Jrue Holiday has the ball.
Nice.
And I can even chuck a few of these. I'll leave that there. And what was this one? Oh yeah, my favorite. Yeah.
You gotta keep it within under 10 seconds something. We'll get
copyright for copyright. Yeah. I think I have one more here too. Oh yeah. Yo, hold up, DJ. All right. But yeah, that's our new freaking setup that we got. We've got higher production value now. So thank you very much, Aaron Sullivan, because you're, I guess, halfway, encouragement, what's the word, or believing in us, I guess. I feel as if it's like tough love he's trying to give us, right? Don't you reckon, Aaron? Not Aaron, I'm James.
Yeah, almost constructive criticism.
Yeah, it is. Oh, pretty much. We always ask for feedback.
Yeah, we do ask for feedback. We
so.
appreciate. We generally get good feedback. I reckon we get good feedback 95% of the time, and then we want to hear this stuff. If we're trash, then we're trash.
Yeah.
Our haters are our motivators.
Yeah. But that's the thing, bro. It's because of the man specifically saying, we're doing this shit on radio. That's what it's just like, yo, bro. Like, I gotta step up. I got bigger dreams now. I gotta be on the radio now. Like this guy is encouraging me to be. But yeah, because of that, I'm gonna chuck the mic over to you, Jace, because it's Sunday night, obviously, guys. Fucking, I made some money on the UFC today, enough money to feed myself a big fucking KFC feed, and I'm fucking bloated, bro. It's taking forever to work fucking this shit out. You think it's fucking funny? It's sick, yeah, but you have no idea how much fucking blood, sweat, and tears came into fucking making sure this shit works. So I'm fucking buckled right now. Me and James testing this shit for a while, so I'm just gonna light up a fucking cigarette right now. I'm using the fucking potato and gravy fucking container as an ashtray because I'm indoors right now. But I gotta fucking set up. I just need to chill back. But with that, I'm passing it over to you, James.
Yeah. Can we just say that Ryan's degenerateness is not a representation of Pelbros and the brand and myself?
Yeah, it's true. It's all satire. Don't forget.
Yeah. None of that's true what he said. But anyways, like you said, Sunday night for us, episode 39 of the podcast. I've actually been surprised we've been keeping up the content, even though the Pelicans have been knocked out since 6 months ago, it feels like.
True.
But we're recording right before game 3, which is tomorrow morning for us. so probably in a couple hours for the States.
Yeah.
Game 3 of the NBA Finals between Milwaukee and Phoenix. Currently, Phoenix in the lead 0-2, handily putting away the Bucks at home. I don't think either game was that close. I think I missed most of the first game, but I watched most of the second game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that second game it didn't look like anywhere near being close. But Ryan, did you manage to catch that game one? Do you have any?
Game 1 is just kind of like Suns had, like you give the W to the Suns, but the second game I would feel as if it was still like the Bucks still could have potentially like made a run, but they couldn't. Like they just didn't, and that's ultimately what happened. That's how it went down.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I kind of agree with what you said in the second game, but I think overall, I think both of us kind of agreed that after the Bucks lost, it's almost like GG for the series unless the Bucks can
Tie
take
the
it,
series.
tie the series.
And that's the thing. Like
games.
we've obviously just maybe like 2 episodes ago, me and our guest host Tommy Chi, shout out if you're listening in. Basically, what do you call it? We had a clickbait title saying, "Can the Clippers tie the series?" Right? Like we just pretty much the exact same situation as we are right now, right? In terms of like it was just a few hours away, right? From and basically we put it up and then they went down 3-1 and Clippers got eliminated. So I don't want to jinx it, but I do need to obviously pray to Allah that fucking Jrue Holiday and all the other boys are gonna work it out in Milwaukee and hopefully tie the series. What do you reckon? Like I'm rooting for that they are gonna tie the series at home. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, from what I saw in game 2, this really came down to old school Bucks, right? Like no help for Giannis, and really his team just letting him down. So I want to give major my shout out for this week at least for Giannis. He was
true.
crazy in that
He's a
game.
warrior.
Even game 1, he came back from injury. You know, everyone was saying that it's a whole different series with Giannis there and with him out, obviously, but comes back from what looked like a pretty bad knee injury. Turns out he's a bit of a freak of nature. He is kind of still hobbling, so he is running around not looking like 100% fit. When it comes to also like fitness, exhaustion, and just his knee in general, it looks like he's like wincing every time he like goes for a play and shit like that. But overall, yeah, massive shout out. Like you said, he's a warrior. He's trying to carry his team to a chip. He made some good comments earlier in the week about how, you know, you can't judge a man for how you get a chip, but you know, if you do it with the team that you started with, that's like pretty special. And I thought that was pretty cool. That's a win for, you know, small market teams and drafting your way to victory. Obviously, hint. Hopefully, the Pelicans can do that, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, overall, myself, I 100% agree. I want to tie the series, and I think they can. I know we're jumping into our prediction a bit early, but overall, I think really what the Bucks need right now is just for the rest of the team to step up. And I don't want to call out anyone, but Jrue Holiday, my favorite player. Jrue fucking Holiday, mate. I love you to death, but you know, you're just not playing well enough. Just watching that game too, and again, like I feel like this is like what being unbiased is. You can like a player, you could enjoy a player, have a favorite player, but still understand that they have weaknesses and flaws. Understand that they aren't good in some departments.
That's some unbiased freaking truth he's spitting. This, you know, where you at? Where else are you gonna get that shit? Subscribe, share our fucking content to people because we're speaking the truth and you know it. Continue.
Yeah, and how long have we been saying that Drew's inconsistent? We'll be saying this since we fucking
we were saying
started.
before people were saying it, you know, because it wasn't big market enough and shit. People didn't care about it. But now all of a sudden,
before this brand was fucking evolved, before it was even born.
Yeah, and we've already, and even the shit that we have on the record, it's up on our YouTube channel, it's up on our Spotify library. Look it up, you'll see. We've been talking about this shit from day fucking one. Where you at? Yeah,
as much as we love Jrue, we got to appreciate his inconsistencies, especially offensively. I think defensively is pretty good all around. We've been major hyping him up there, but just offensively, mate, the guy is like a 40 to 45% field goal shooter, and he always has been. His three-point has always been around that 30% mark. Maybe 35 in the higher 30s range, but never elite. So we've been saying this for ages, and he's really showing that inconsistency. It's painful watching him shoot brick to brick, you know, as much as you want to watch your favorite player, especially when he's not on your team anymore. but when he goes out there and plays brick for brick and just terrible shots, yeah, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Ryan, any thoughts on Jrue at the moment? What he's got to do?
I mean, I like I keep saying to James, I'd love to see Jrue, just like seeing a Jrue jersey on this fucking stage, you know, on the fucking finals. But even throughout the fucking playoffs, I'm just always like, fuck yeah, hell yeah. So I love to see him play and whatnot, play defense and all that shit. But exactly mirroring what you just said, bro. Like, man's inconsistent sometimes, but he always makes sure he does his job on defense, I guess, to an extent. But you know, Drue's gonna Jrue, bro. At the end of the day, I was gonna say though, if anyone if anyone, because obviously Giannis stepped up big time game 2, maybe didn't have the greatest game 1, but man's come off injury. And obviously we'll get into Khris Middleton later. But what I'm trying to say to James this entire time is like, this entire series, this entire finals, just is dependent on Monty Williams and our good friend Bud. But yeah, so basically, I reckon if anything, it's just more so a Bud issue. Like, is Bud going to make the adjustments at home to actually like fucking turn the series around, tie it up, and whatnot? And if he isn't, well, then the fuck, it's on Bud more than anyone else, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they are kind of they're guard deficient at the moment. They lost Dante DiVincenzo. Seems like he's kind of left a void. That they need another kind of ball handler. They need another solid passer and someone who can be pretty good on defense. Pat Connaughton has sort of tried to supply that. He probably, aside from Giannis, was the only one contributing in that game 2.
Yeah, he was making his threes.
Hitting threes and shit. But yeah, overall, definitely could be a Bud thing. He definitely needs to adjust. But yeah, they're definitely suffering a bit in that guard rotation. And then I think really, from my perspective, game 2, although their defense wasn't great overall, and Suns were just hitting shot after shot, the Bucks just needed to match that with their shots, and they were struggling all around. So, you know, 45% from the field, 29% from the 3, whereas, you know, Suns shot 50% from the 3. So that's a massive factor. I was saying that I think they were, they ended the game 9-31 on from the 3-point. But if they were even like 1 or 2 threes deeper, or they hit those 1 or 2 threes, then they would have got that lead down a lot. I think at one point they got down the lead to like 5. So if they had hit like 1 more 3, maybe 2 more threes, they would have even been 1 position down or even in the lead. They just needed that consistency in that shot making. So yeah, while, you know, Suns still put up 118, which is still pretty impressive. I think they could have just matched it if they hit a few more buckets. But offensively, yeah, nowhere to be seen from the other players. Khris Middleton played well in game 1, I'd say, but come on, man, 11 points, 5 of 16. The guy just likes to disappear in and out. I don't really understand what it is about his game. But yeah, overall, I think if they can make, like you said, if they can make the adjustments, they go home, get the home crowd. I imagine they probably shoot better at home as well. You know, get rid of the yips or whatever it is that they're struggling with, and hopefully tie up the series.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like what else is there really to say? Like in that sense, right? Like, we don't want to imagine a world in which they go down 3-1, because we can both agree once it's 3-1, it's over, right?
Yeah, 3-0, 3-1. I mean, how do you come back from that?
Yeah, true.
I don't want to bring up other teams. Other teams are like the Cavs and shit. That's like generational greatness. So
we no longer have Ty Lue.
Yeah, they really need to at least the way I see it is, if they want to have a chance in this series, they need to tie it up 2-2. Even if they go 3-1 down, it's like pretty much game. I mean, how many teams have come back from 3-1 lead? I doubt they're like the Denver Nuggets and that shit. But overall, I think they gotta show who's boss and come out kind of like how they came out against Atlanta and put on that performance where they beat them like 40. They need to kind of show.
They didn't fucking just like do a fucking like entire massacre, pretty much like blowout victory, right? Yeah,
pretty much. On the other side, I just want to kind of say to Phoenix, they're definitely just all playing well right now. I think every team member is contributing really well. Even the ones that you don't hear about, Mikal Bridges has been killing it. Jay Crowder has been pretty solid on defense, even though he was bricking a lot of shots. But that overall, that team's just playing with the chip on the edge, and everyone's contributing. Cam Johnson as well. these guys are ready to win, and they look like they're pretty hungry. But the Bucks can't stop CP3 at the moment. Honestly, the way that they're just letting him kind of get away with anything, dribble around, flop, do his thing, do his elbow jumpers. They're just letting him get away with anything. So even with Jrue on there, it's been tough. They haven't been able to manage to kind of lock him down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty much like wraps up to the near end of this episode. Then I guess, right? We can keep this quite short, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think we both. Well, I mean, I guess in terms of actual predictions, we say that they have to tie it up, but do you think they can? Like before we even like.
That's what I'm trying to say, mate. Like, I don't want to visualize like a timeline, like a parallel universe in which that is a reality. I don't even want to acknowledge it, So it has to be the fact like they have to tie it up. That's pretty much. I'm going down with the ship.
Yeah, me too. Agreed. Let's hope that we break our spell of jinxing teams.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, we probably should have like not made the Pelbros then, because that's pretty much like perma jinx on the fucking organization, the franchise. Only other kind of thing, just chill kind of bants off topic kind of thing. You see that beef about Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor on ESPN and all that?
Yeah, saw a bit of it. Don't know much about it. Like, didn't have that much context on it.
It was something about like obviously we know who these both people are, right? Two female presenters on ESPN for basketball and whatnot. I mean, I gotta give it to him. Rachel Nichols, yeah, she alright. Obviously a bit more on the MILF side. I know it's more of like it's a bit of a divisive opinion with Miss Nichols, but I'm on the side where I'm like, yeah, she alright. And then with Maria Taylor, yeah, she alright too. But they also have another one which isn't part of the beef, but Taylor Rooks. I'm like, like in some like interview, I think there's one interview she's with either Jason Tatum or fucking what's his face, Jaylen Brown or something. Bro, she's like full like some like skin tight and like same skin color, like fucking. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? This is supposed to be just a chill interview, like on ESPN. And I'm like, you get what I mean? I'm just like, what are we doing here, girl? Anyway, shout out to Taylor Rooks, shout out to Maria Taylor too, and then obviously shout out to Rachel Nichols. But anyways, I just obviously need to tip my hat off to the ladies out there. But in terms of their beef, the cat fight, I need like a fucking sound effect. How that's
you just
going?
did that with your voice.
Yeah, I just did it myself.
You need to soundboard.
Yeah. Basically, how that's going down is that basically I think Rachel Nichols said something about like, Maria Taylor only got her like job or only has like screen time because of the fact like for like diversity quotas, because obviously she is black and and then because of that then they're like having drama, like Maria Taylor's kind of a bit like, oh no, like I don't want to be in the same kind of like screening, or I don't want to be I can't be in the same area as the Rachel Nichols or some shit. I don't even think they want to be on the same broadcast or some shit. Ultimately it kind of came to the point where they kicked off Rachel Nichols. So in the finals coverage, you'll see Maria Taylor and whatnot. But what do you call it? Like Rachel Nichols will be still there, but it'll only be like pre-recorded or like post-recorded shit as opposed to like live shit. So quite interesting stuff, right? I mean, that is a bit Pelbros related because we are the #1 New Orleans Pelicans podcast, so we are in the same kind of space, industry people, right? Industry things.
Yeah, I mean, for my take on that, it's pretty funny that I think she got like recorded unknowingly saying that shit. And then she got snitched out or something.
Yo.
But funny part for me is, look, I have no interest in any of those presenters or reporters or whatever, but Rachel Nichols is a terrible journalist and terrible, even if she's considered a journalist, some of the questions she asks during the game and shit,
quite low
cringe as
IQ.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's my take. I don't care how she looks or anything, but straight up, I think she's just trash. And look, if she lost her job, it's probably not because of diversity. It's probably because she's trash.
Oh, yeah. Kill him. Basically, though, I wanted to say
that part was not satire for me. Can I just say that? That part was not satire.
Oh,
That part is
hey.
true.
Yo, hold up. Hold up.
Back to satire now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, now that you said that, because obviously we just had that UFC match go down and whatnot. After that fight went down, and just so you know, I'm not too sure if you saw the highlights, James, but I mean, it was a great, like the main event. It was a great like first round and whatnot. But then what happened was that McGregor kind of like fucking broke his ankle, and so he was like actually fucked. He was out of the fucking fight, so it was pretty crazy. But after that, then I left the stream on, and then fucking it was like a post fight, post card like interview, right? Conference. There's Dana White there, right? The fucking man himself. And this is related to what you're saying. I'm listening to like all these fucking like just like shitty fucking quote unquote journalists asking him these fucking like stupid fucking questions, and I'm just like just watching him, right? Watching him like and listening to him like answer these guys, because obviously this is like how like he himself, it's kind of like you can kind of like extract the mind of like a multi-millionaire, potentially billionaire, like he's on his own different like mindset, regardless of your kind of take on Dana White or whatnot. Like man's got bank, right? Am I wrong here?
No, you're not.
Yeah, and so basically, it's interesting to see how his like mind works to like answer questions or whatever. Basically, the vibe I'm getting is that I'm listening to all these fucking retarded fucking journalists just fucking asking like stupid fucking questions, as you mentioned, and he's just a bit like, what the fuck, like, why are you guys wasting my time? Like that, it's almost like the vibe I was getting. It was just a bit like he's just like he's obviously being professional, friendly, answering questions and whatnot, but you could tell he's just a bit like, yeah, these guys are fucking like, retards.
Yeah, it's why, and just to kind of add on to that, hopefully don't take this episode too long, but just to add on to that, it's kind of like why rugby league and NRL these days, all the players have got like these stock standard answers and they know how to answer this shit. And I think they get tutored and like educated on it, but it's like reporters and journalists just asking the most basic fucking questions like, how do you think you'll be able to get up and get the win next time? And just like really stupid basic shit. And then they answer in the same way, all their answers are polite, and like you said, they do it for like because they want to be nice in the interview and shit, and they're doing it for their public image, but all the answers are so stock standard, they're so boring. And I think that's why players don't care and they don't tune out. Exactly the same thing in NBA, where just especially like halftime or whatever, like third quarter or going to the fourth quarter, they'll have like a little coaches interview.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, Chris Paul has scored 30 points. What is it you're going to have to do to win in the fourth quarter? And then all they have to say is play defense. And it's like, well, the fuck was the point of that? Like we know this shit. And it's really kind of burdening sports right now. It's fucking tearing things down. Quality of broadcast, definitely pure shit. But that's probably another episode to talk about.
I get what you mean, because like I'm remembering like Greg Popovich does like some famous like clips of him fucking just saying fucking like like replies like that to journalists, and on like YouTube and like on the internet, everyone's like, oh my god, yo, what a badass, but in real life it's a bit like it's just like this is like how it should be. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? These guys are fucking like these journalists are the ones asking retarded questions. They should get fucking those kind of answers, But I guess the internet's just hyping it up, like, oh shit, what a badass. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? It's just like, no, like the entire fucking journalist integrity is fucking retarded in itself.
Yeah, 100%. It's like it's a shame because it's kind of like a full circle approach where it's like they're asking these questions, clearly trying to get like sound bites and headlines, which is a shame, and they're trying to get the answer out of them that they can put on a headline to get the most views, when it should really just be quality, right? Like, what is it people want to know, that you don't have to shift into like a clickbaity fucking stupid headline. But yeah, journalistic integrity, that's like a whole nother topic, mate. That's where has it gone, really? Where has integrity gone, really?
That is true. And speaking of that this sounds like our outro music's coming up, because I think it was a pretty chill episode today, James. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, there's not much to talk about, but try to wrap up where we can, but at least celebrate some wins. Obviously getting the production value up, so thanks to Ryan for that. Shout out to him.
Hold up. DJ.
But yeah, check it out us out us out on YouTube. Gonna be dropping a bunch of content there. Just type in Pelbros Podcast, wherever. You can also find our episodes up in there. IG at Pelbros.
Yeah.
Pelbros.com if that's still alive. Haven't checked it in a while, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I think it's alive. I hope so.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Also, any feedback. So as much as we took the piss out of Aaron Sullivan, we want to hear the feedback.
Yeah. I mean, I take the piss out of him, but it's just kind of like, well, what are you expecting me to say? Like, oh, I'm so sorry, Aaron. Like, I'm gonna delete everything. I'm gonna stop everything because like I can't handle this fucking comment from you on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, just give us fucking feedback. We don't give a shit. But anyway, like because you're signing out, what I wanted to say real quick too is shout out to my boy Aaron Sullivan too. This episode is dedicated to you.
Shout out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We out.